It's Friday, January 29th, 2021. The Super Bowl is 9 days away, and this is the Early Edge powered by SportsLine. I am the coach, and we're the only daily sports betting podcast that's in your feed before 11 a.m. every single day, and we do it in 10 minutes or less. The clock is running, and I got to tell you, coming off 4 straight winning days, and our main man, M Squared, a bounce-back Thursday, a perfect 3-0. And for all of you fans that watch every single day, we're going to tweak the format just a little bit today because we want to get more storylines that may affect other games that we're not necessarily picking here on the show. So we'll do that, and then we'll still give you the same amount of picks, and we'll still do it in 10 minutes or less. So we can't waste any time. Let's bring in our cappers right now, coming off a 5-3 night. Oh, we're going 3 wide today, right below me. You know him, M Squared. Mikey, you needed the bounce-back day, and you got it. Good morning.
Needed the day, got it, and we're going to do it again today. I've got 3 more plays that I love. It's going to be a 6-0 stretch here to finish the work week for us.
I love it. Right next to M Square, he's the Zack Attack, Zack Cimini. Good morning, Zack.
Good morning, Coach. Let's do it.
All right, and right next to me, he's the Rock. He's the man. He's the maestro. Larry, good morning.
Good morning, Coach. You know, I had 3 plays yesterday decided by a total of 3.5 points. It was a lot of fun. I knew Mike would carry us, though. Let's do it.
Boom. All right, let's start with our storylines of the day. Zack, you're going to start. What storyline in sports today are you looking at that could affect a game or a betting line?
Well, in college basketball, the Miami Hurricanes, they've had issues all season long, decimated by injuries, been without 5 key players, and they just got worse news yesterday when Matt Cross left the team. You know, they've lost their last 3 straight games by double digits. I don't know how they're going to get on the floor for Saturday's game against Wake Forest, and furthermore, into the month of February in that tough conference of the ACC.
And for me, I'm looking at in the NBA, we're looking at the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Philadelphia 76ers. Joel Embiid is questionable. D'Angelo Russell is questionable. Jarrett Culver has already been ruled out with an ankle injury. So this Minnesota team is very thin. Of course, Karl Anthony Towns continues to be out. This team is incredibly thin. The spread is only at -7.5 right now for the Sixers. If we get news that Embiid is going to play, I'm absolutely playing it at this number as I make it around -9. I think that there's a chance that he probably ends up sitting here for rest, but it's something to monitor throughout the afternoon. If we get news that Embiid is in, I'll be taking this game up to 9, but as of right now, it's just kind of a lean for me.
And, of course, follow us on social media as we'll be updating those things as well throughout the day. My storyline for today is a lot of people like to bet throughout the weekend at the Farmers Insurance. And I looked this morning at the odds. And it's interesting. Rory McIlroy is the leading, or he's plus 500. So he is has the lowest odds, even though he's 4 back. He played the South Course on Thursday. John Rahm is the second betting favorite. He's 5 back of Patrick Reed at 3 under par. That's very, very interesting. So when you're putting in your round-by-round bets, make sure you point out and look where the players are playing and what course they're playing on. And Vegas still believes that the South Course is a lot more difficult than the North Course, and hence you can see it today in these odds, so be very, very careful. By the way, Rick G already hit a play this week on the early edge. Matthew Wolff withdraws on Thursday, hand injury. He had Sunjay M over Wolff. Let's take that straight to the pay window. All right, Maestro, what's your storyline of the day?
Yeah, very quickly. The Wizards, you know, they've been terrible since they came back from the COVID hiatus. They've lost all 3 and have not come close to covering. I faded them twice during that time. Was going to keep looking to fade them, but now they're hosting the Hawks, and 3 key guys, Hachimura, Bertans, are coming back for Washington. That line has plummeted all the way from 6 to 3.5. I'm going to keep my eye on this and see if they announce if they're going to be limited in terms of minutes and might look to play that game tonight.
Oh, I love that. All these storylines, keep track of them throughout the day. And also we want to tell you that at SportsLine, we really want you to be a part of the family and be a part of the crew and what we're doing. So use the promo code EDGE right now, and you're going to get access to all of our cappers, all of our simulations. And last night, graded A plays in the NHL went 4-1-1. The models have been absolutely killing it. More important than that, get your push notifications on. You never know. We're going to have a new show, new information.
Coach, I got to stop you right there. I think there's one thing you're leaving out. People could also turn on notifications on the app if you just want to follow a specific expert. I know I got guys who love Josh Nagel's picks. Josh is very selective, very deliberate. You don't rush this guy. But when he puts in a play, especially like NBA ATS the last 4 years, over 60%. So I got guys waiting just with their notifications on Josh Nagel, but it could be for any expert that you want to follow.
Wow, that is great. So you can do either the app or specific cappers. Unbelievable. All right. So, again, use the promo code EDGE, and you can try it out for yourself right now. Thank you, Maestro. And you can always interrupt me for information like that. All right, here we go. Time to get to our picks of the day. M squared. And we're also changing how we do this. We're not necessarily doing every single sport. We're going to do whatever our cappers think are their strongest plays of the day. So, M squared, I know you've got 3. Give them to me.
Yeah, I've got 3, and 2 of them are actually going to be player props. As you know, I love my player props in the NBA, and they're in the same game. So we have a little revenge narrative for both Drew Holiday and Eric Bledsoe as they're facing off against their former teams tonight with Milwaukee versus New Orleans. Love both of them in this spot. I'm taking their overs. So for Drew Holiday, it's going to be over 26.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And for Eric Bledsoe, it's going to be over 23.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Both players are going to play 34 to 36 minutes in this game. Both of them are going to have revenge on their mind and want to show the other that they ended up getting the better end of the deal here in this offseason. So I like them a lot, especially on the Eric Bledsoe side, knowing that Lonzo Ball is dealing with a little bit of an injury and he's surfaced in some of the recent trade talks. I don't think there's any chance that they're going to push him, get him hurt in any way. That's going to solidify the minutes for Eric Bledsoe. I have both of these guys going over by 2.7 combined points, rebounds, and assists in my simulation. So it's a pretty meaningful edge like the Reggie Jackson play I gave you last night. And then I'm going to move over to college basketball. I like Richmond Spiders against St. Louis. They're only -1 here. So this St. Louis team, they've been good, but they had a month layoff. So they just played their most recent game. But prior to that, they had been off for an entire month. This team is really rusty, in my opinion. And my simulations, I have the Richmond Spiders -4.2 points. I think that you're going to see the market move closer to that number over the next few hours. So I would probably grab it as soon as you can. But I'm going to bet on Richmond, the team that is in better recent form because they've been playing basketball games more often. And I think that they're just the better team than the St. Louis team at this point in the season.
Yeah, Richmond's been really, really good. That game, by the way, is 6:30 Eastern tip on ESPN2. All right, Zach Attack, you are up. What do you like today?
I'll start off in the NBA. I'll take the Sacramento Kings getting +5.5 against the Toronto Raptors. I think the Raptors have been one of the more predictable teams in the NBA ATS-wise. I think this is another bad spot for them. The Kings, they have revenge on their mind. They gave up a season worst 144 points when they lost to Toronto a few weeks ago. And they're playing well right now. They have 2 consecutive wins. Their best victory of the year in their last game against Orlando, where they won 121-107. And the Raptors are just playing too much pitter-patter basketball. They get behind, they get back, they get behind, they get back, and then they have nothing left in the fourth quarter, as we saw against the Pacers and the Bucks. I'll also back the Ohio Bobcats. They're getting +3 on the road against Buffalo. This game is one of those interesting games because Buffalo has the longer layoff, 8 days, because their last 2 games were postponed, while Ohio just played 2 days ago. So that's why I think we're seeing this line at 3, and it might come down here before game time. But Ohio, they have one of the best players in college basketball, Jason Preston. Everybody knows about him. But they have a freshman that's starting to come along in Mark Sears. He only averages 10 points per game on the season, but his last 2 games, he scored 19 and 21. So I think their offense is just too much for Buffalo. And then the last game will be Illinois. They're -2 against Iowa, and I just look at Iowa. They're in a very tough part of their schedule right now. They're coming off a season low points in their loss against Indiana, and they have some tough games coming up against Michigan State, Ohio State, and Indiana once again. So I think it's just a bad spot for them.
And quickly, I'm going to play the role of SportsLine. At SportsLine app, there's 2 graded A plays in the NBA tonight. We're giving out the Pacers. Matt Severance is on the Pacers, -3 tonight. All right, Maestro, you're up. Let's go.
I know we're up against it, but I can make it really quick. Sabonis under 20.5 points. Same matchup against the Hornets. He had 22, but he shot 9 out of 10. He's not going to do that again. He had 11, 10, and 18 points the 3 previous games, so go under on his points. And in college hoops, I'm going to look at the Cleveland State Vikings laying 4.5 against Green Bay, who has won 5 out of 7, but only one of those on the road. They're a terrible road team, 1-8 straight up on the road. Cleveland State has been stewing all week about blowing a big lead in the last minute. They're at home. I think they're going to cover this pretty handily.
And the Vikings have been really good to us this year as well. All right, here we go. Grab your paper, grab your pencil. Here is the full recap. M squared. He's on 2 player props. Holiday over 26.5 combined. Points, rebounds, assists. Bledsoe, same bet, but over 23.5. Richmond -1 over St. Louis. Then the Zack Attack. He likes the Kings +5.5. And then in college hoops, Ohio +3, Illinois. Tough one against Iowa, but only laying 2. The Maestro loves a bonus under 20.5 points in that Pacers game. Cleveland State -4.5. And then the SportsLine app play today, going back to that Pacers game, -3.5. All right, you've got your marching orders. Let's take every single ticket straight to the pay window, and let's do 5 straight winning days. For M Squared, Zack Attack, Maestro, Chief, the Jeweler, I'm the coach. Remember, this is the only place for your daily early edge.